Go see a doctor. Get Anthony William, the medical medium. I think one of the hard parts about being sick is the lack of understanding out there. There's a lot of people in the health movement that will just say, come on already. Just get better. What are you doing? Go see a doctor. Get this fixed. And they don't understand that the person already did all that. They had that positive attitude. They've been to multiple doctors. They've already psyched themselves up. They psyched themselves out. And they already prepped themselves and went into battle many times. And people who just haven't been there before and have just not been sick, they haven't been to that point. Or maybe they were just very mildly sick and they got past it. But they don't understand that feeling. The feeling of something is wrong, where nothing feels right. You tried everything and nothing feels right. You don't have an answer, and it's not making sense, none of it. And your hopes got up, and then they were dropped. And then your hopes got up again, and then they were dropped. The ride is really difficult for the chronically ill, the chronically sick. It's a massive struggle. You can't measure it. It's not possible. It's so intense and so big. So when someone is like, just get better already, what are you doing? You should be better. What are you doing? Are you really sick? Are you just crying for attention? Are you just crying out for attention? Are you just... It's just your way of handling things. Are you dramatic? Are you trying to create drama? What did the doctor say? How come he doesn't have the answer? He must have the answer. You just don't want to heal, or you have a fear of healing. And that was a huge one back 20 years ago. And maybe you don't remember that one. Maybe you guys don't remember it. And maybe you do. But the whole fear of healing thing was huge. It was huge. Everybody who was sick and just didn't have an answer, was chronically ill, banged on every doctor's door. They had a fear of healing. They weren't ready to heal. Oh my God, when I hear that just drives me insane. They weren't ready to heal. Everybody's ready to heal. I get it. There are people out there that get told there's an answer, or they learn there could be an answer, but they can't quite get to it yet. Big part of that, though, isn't their fault. It's life. Life is difficult. Stress is really difficult. Hardship is really difficult. It's hard when you have the answer, too. It takes some time. But by no means are they not ready to heal. By no means are they afraid of healing. I think what happens is it depends on how sick someone is. If they're really struggling and they're down on their hands and knees and they feel like all hope is lost and they can't make sense out of it, and they tried everything, and so they feel just so hopeless, that's a time where something inside of you just fights to stay in there and hang in there for the ride and hang in there for the game of life. There's something deep down inside of someone's soul that doesn't want to lose. that has wisdom somewhere deep inside their soul that tells them you got to hang on. And then they run into an angelic force, even if they don't realize that's what it is. And many people do realize that's what it is. And then angelic force gives them more strength and more hope to hang in there for the ride. And then the answers appear in some form. Someone tells them about how to heal. Someone tells them about a tool that's really powerful. Somebody tells them, listen to this person. They know what they're talking about. And there's a part of you that could be part of someone who's really struggling. Could be like, I tried everything. Oh my God, I don't know if I could keep on going. But then something inside of them says, all right, this seems right. This feels good. I'm going to do this. I think what happens when people don't understand someone's struggle and they don't understand how much pain and suffering and what they went through, I think that's one of the things that really hurts, because it's not easy to explain when you're chronically sick. Sure, my thyroid is having this problem, and I have a dizzy spell every time I bend over, and my legs get cramped all night long, and I haven't slept, and my teeth hurt for no reason. I can't function. I'm tired all the time. I feel like I'm fogged out, and my brain is just fogged out, and I can't get anything done, and I can't push through a day and get anything done. It's hard for someone to actually understand what that is. Even practitioners and doctors that see it a lot, they just really can't tell unless they've experienced it. And I think that's one of the hard parts about being sick is unless somebody else experienced it, do they really know? And I think that's what makes the medical medium community so unbelievable in so many ways, because so many people have been seasoned and been through hell and back and fought their way through and healed and are healing, and they know what it's like. I wouldn't trade that for the world. I wouldn't trade somebody's journey of knowing so much and being so wise. And I talk about this before, and I know it probably sounds like a broken record. I'm sorry if I've already said this a bunch of times, but there are some really old souls in the community. I mean, thousands of years old. It's mind-blowing, because Spirit of Compassion tells me there's really, really old souls in the community. And I've met so many of you, and SOC would say really quick in my ear, this person has an ancient soul. Just gives me chills up and down my spine. And to think that the person standing in front of me has an ancient soul, but has also the wisdom of chronic sickness and fought their way to their healing process, through their healing process. I mean, wow. That's like Vikings crossing the ocean with a massive storm in front of them. Nothing really to keep them warm. Barely any food. They finally make it through that storm, and they land on that beach. And they start a fire, and they start getting warm. all look at each other. How did we make it through? I think that one of the most powerful things is knowing somebody else healed. Just keep that in mind. If you're struggling right now and you haven't gotten there yet, and you're still pushing through and you're still fighting your way through your symptoms, you've been through a lot. Even if it's 6 months of being sick only, it's a lot. And it could be 6 years, could be 10 years. But to know that somebody else healed that also had chronic sickness and chronic illness, not just a little touch of bloating once in a while, maybe some acne that pops up here and there. I'm not demeaning that at all. That's a problem too. But meaning like someone that just had like 30 symptoms along the way and they've been through the ride. To know they healed or healed some of their worst symptoms, that's one of the most powerful things about the medical medium community, is that right there. Remember that. There's a track record. Someone healed. That's a landmark. You got to hold on to that. Even if you're struggling and you just started or you've been in it for a while, because each person comes with some baggage. They come with a bunch of viruses, a bunch of bacteria. They come with a bunch of hardships. They come with a bunch of adrenal problems. They come with a lot of wear and tear. Their central nervous system's under a lot of wear and tear. They come with a lot, maybe some mental abuse, some emotional hardships, some losses, some struggles, some rough nights, some rough days. Take some time to heal. It takes a little time to heal. But keep in mind, someone else did. Keep in mind that others did. Remember that. Remember that. And it's not just hearsay on social because someone's trying to, collect as many likes and as many views as they could on their feed. So they're selling something and they're saying they healed and everything. It's more than that. It's bigger than that. The people in the medical meme community, they crossed that bridge into safety and healing and good health. They survived so much. They don't play games. And they don't play games. They know that life is short and precious. And we have to heal and move forward so we can have a long life. And it's precious. They don't play games. They don't mess around. So remember that. Someone else healed. Keep that in mind as you're healing. Don't forget that. Anyway,